Oh, hey, what's going on, guys? For today's Gunpla review video, we're taking a look at the Master-Grade Zaku II Minelayer. This is a really cool kit. As you guys know, I often evangelize about how great the Zaku II 2.0 Master-Grade kit is. This is, of course, based on that kit, just with the Minelayer type backpack, essentially. That's going to really be the only kind of major difference about it, but just look at that box art. It is so cool. And then even on the back, it even has like a lineage of the Zaku kind of thing here. We'll take a look at all that here in just a moment, but the Zaku Minelayer is such a really cool design, and I've been looking forward to building this kit. It's been sitting in my backlog for a while. Let's do it. For today's video, let's go ahead and get started.
And so another thing that I'll say, aside from how much I just love the Master-Grade Zaku II 2.0 generally, I love the box art in particular for the Minelayer here. I think it's probably my favorite of the different Zaku Master-Grade 2.0 different box arts. This one looks really cool. You got like a image here of another Minelayer in the back, so you can kind of really see the backpack, as that's going to be the main difference. From the front, it's really not going to be anything too noticeably different about this particular variation. It's kind of just that backpack. We got the big size box, so we got some nice big artwork here for that. Here on this side of the box, you can see exactly what I was talking about. Like from the front, looks like your standard Zaku II, but on the back, you got that really cool looking backpack. Some detailed images over here talking about the weapons and some of the gimmicks, details of the frame. There's a little bit more about the backpack right there. And then the Zaku Minelayer, some more information about kind of the different backpacks, the different variations you can see right there, and some text. We got that in Japanese. Around on the other side, some more detailed images of the kit. You got some different options for like the V-fin on it, or you can opt for no V-fin, which I think is probably the more appropriate option. But if you want to customize it and give it a V-fin, detailed images here showing about the cockpit and some of the articulation of the frame, the ransel or the backpack there on the back. And then here's a look at how it's going to appear straight out of the box without any painting or decals. So I think maybe some of the decals are on there. Any panel lining or anything else on it. It's going to look pretty nice. We do have the MSRP on this one at 4,500 yen, as this is an older printing with the red label there. And let's go ahead and pop the top on this guy. Right off the bat, we do have some stickers. Let's take a look at these. Looks like we've got some sticker decals here with some different caution markings and things. We've got like a pink circle there, one for like the mono eye, I think. And then we do also have a set of dry transfer decals for some Xeon markings, caution markings, these big numbers you can use on there if you want as well. And I don't believe we have any foil stickers here, of which it might only just be like for like the mono eye or something. I don't think that we have any. So let's go ahead and check out the manual here, which is going to feature that same box art right there on the front. And on the back side, nice big back image of the kit, what the fully painted kit is going to look like that, with some nice pre-shading on there too, I'll notice. On the inside of the manual, some more information about the Zaku here in Japanese, and some more details about this particular variant there. Over here, as you might expect to see in a manual like this, a little bit about the lineage of the Zaku and some other different variations and everything there. A little bit of some nice technical illustrations down here at the bottom, mostly centered around the backpack there, of course. And after that, we're on to the parts list and the construction of the kit, like so. Actually starting off with the body unit. And then here on the center page is some more color images about MS tracks in UC 0079. We got our painting guide right there, painting guide for the pilot figure as well. And then just some more about this kit and the different features of the 2.0 Zaku like frame, and then also different features of this particular variant. The rest of the construction is going to be here on the last inside page. We've got our decal guide where all those sticker decals are going to be placed around on the kit. And so yeah, no other foil stickers or anything included, but we do have some springs in there for in the legs, and I think in the head maybe as well for those. And to get into the runners, we've got PC200 for our polycaps here in gray. Our A runner is going to be in 3 colors, kind of standard Zaku dark green and like very dark gray, almost black. Got a couple of clear parts up there as well. And then runners B, C, D, and E are going to be all of our lighter green color armor parts there. You can see the pilot figures both seated and standing are on runner B. Runner C here has some more of the smaller armor parts. Runner D and then runner E are going to have most of the armor parts there for the legs. And then runners F, G, and H are going to be some of our Zaku II frame runners here in gray, and these are all in ABS plastic. Unfortunately, it's kind of one of the only downsides of this kit. It does have a lot of ABS here for the frame, but a lot of great detail on there as well. Runner I also for the frame, also here in gray, but this is just regular polystyrene plastic, and it's got a little bit different parts for the leg frame as this is for the F type variant, which does have the additional verniers here on the lower legs. That's nice. Runner J, also in gray, is going to be all of our weapons parts. The Heat Hawk, the Zaku machine gun, and the Zaku bazooka are all here. Runner K is going to be our multi-injected runner here, which has like the pipe parts as well as the piping parts that fit over that anyway, which in this case are like that dark gray black color, which is not typical for the standard Zaku 2. And then for some specific parts for this particular variant, we have runners L and O. Runner L has parts for the backpack here in a kind of lighter gray. Runner O has some parts in a sort of dark brownish gunmetal kind of color here. We've got 2 of that O runner, and that's going to be it for all the runners. So a little bit of new parts on there on top of an already really nice kit. But let's go ahead and get it built up and check it out.
Okay guys, and here is the kit all built up. Now from the front, it's basically just going to look like your standard Master-Grade 2.0 Zaku 2, and it's really kind of only at the back that you're really going to notice the big difference about this kit, obviously with it being that backpack. But it was so fun just building a Zaku 2 version 2.0 again, so it just makes me really want to build. I have a couple more in my backlog, different P-Bandai Ace unit kits that I really want to build now just because it's just such a fun build. Of course, the only aspect of the 2.0 Zaku 2 build that I don't really particularly enjoy is the power cable parts. Those can really abruptly slow down your building process when you're in the groove and you get to building those cables, and it just kind of screeches you to a halt. But anyway, at the end of the day, the kit looks fantastic, really cool, and just love that new backpack on this version. So let's go ahead and check out the accessories we've got here. And basically all of our accessories are going to be the standard Master-Grade Zaku 2 2.0 accessories here, like our action-based connection piece, our standing pilot figure there in 1/100 scale. And for the head, of course, our option of making this either as a commander type or just a standard type. I just went with whatever matches the box art as usual. We got our classic Zaku Heat Hawk that does have a notch there in the handle for attaching into the hand. We have this connection piece here, which will attach this onto the side skirt. And otherwise, the Heat Hawk is just one solid piece, so to make this more color accurate or just more colorful in any way, you will have to do some masking and some painting on that. Then we've got our Zaku machine gun. Now the front handle moves side to side there like that. The camera, which does have a clear piece for that, will move up and down. Some nice detail throughout. Again, a notch on the handle on both sides of that. There's not anywhere where this can attach onto the kit when not in use, but you can remove the ammo drum there on the top. And then the nice thing about this too is that there's not any seam lines or anything on it. There is some mold lines here and there, especially on this back end part, but other than that, no seams, so really cool. Lastly then, the Zaku bazooka. Now unfortunately the main handle doesn't move forward and back to help to get this over the shoulder, but the articulation of the arm is good enough that it's usually not an issue. The side handle here does move up and down. The camera does also move up and down, and the little flap for the camera here, the cover, does actually open up, and we do have a clear part for that. I haven't put it in yet, but that clear part goes in there for the camera of the bazooka. I'm just gonna keep it closed like that for right now. But again, you will have some mold lines on here that you need to sand down, but as far as seam lines, you don't have any, so really nice. Love this Zaku bazooka. And that's it for our accessories. So like I said, nothing really new, but on the main kit here, the majority of what's new is just gonna be right here for the backpack. You do have one new part for the head there, which will allow you to basically extend this cable that goes from the head down and attaches into the top of the backpack. So you have a little bit more of that piping part that connects onto there. The antennas here on the top are just fixed in place. You could, if you wanted to, this to be able to rotate into a different position or something, you'd have to kind of sand the peg of that because it's one that's shaped in a certain way to only fit like this. Otherwise, not much on this really moves. These thruster bells here will move ever so slightly, and these ones here as well. These lower ones will also move a little bit up and down. In order to have the mines looking like they're deployed from there, you need to pull this out of here, and it's really simple to pop that out, thankfully, and then you just kind of open this, and these are actually all connected, so if you wanted these to be separate, you will have to cut them apart and do a little bit of modification. But you basically just kind of fold them out like that to look like they're kind of deploying out of the backpack, and then simply just pop that back onto there, and that's pretty much it. It's as simple as that. Again, some nice detail inside these vent parts and just nice detail all around here for this. It looks really good. The backpack doesn't really do anything else other than that, and it's unfortunate that we didn't get a couple of spare mines just as extra parts if you wanted to make a diorama scene or something like that, make it look like it's kind of
tossing a couple out or something. So wouldn't be the most difficult thing to just scratch build, I feel like, but would have been nice if that would have been included with the kit. Otherwise, everything else here about the kit is going to be just standard Zaku II 2.0. That is just the sticker for the mono eye there. It is an actual separate piece, so I would just recommend painting that. The sticker doesn't really look that great, but you have that cool detail where when you turn the head, it turns the mono eye at the same time. You do want to be a little bit more careful with it than normal, just because it is connected into the backpack. So careful when you're turning that you don't pop this piece out and then have those little pieces flying out all over the place. But again, no seam lines on anywhere, like here on the shoulder. There will be a mold line there again, so just basically mold lines you have to sand down. But anywhere here on the forearm as well, the upper arm, the thighs, the lower legs, you have a lot of this great detail, like these little verniers here in the lower leg there as well. This panel line detail down the back of the leg to hide the seam line there. But yeah, just really nice construction overall. The piping bits being in this gunmetal color instead of the standard. I think on the regular Zaku II kit they're gray, right? So a little bit different coloring for those parts, but otherwise, yeah, gonna be pretty standard. You do also have the same gimmick of the cockpit being able to open up here, and you can also choose which side the cockpit's on, either the left or the right side. And both doors do open up. I'm gonna have to use the heat hawk to help me pop that open, but that opens up, and our seated pilot figure is inside there in the cockpit. I have it here on this side. I don't know if, like, canonically, if there's any difference as to whether it should be on the left or the right side, if like one side is for commander units or something, I don't know. But anyway, a cool detail. And then that action-based connector just fits up underneath the hip section right there. Oh, and typically you can attach the bazooka onto the back skirt, but because of the backpack, you can't utilize it. But there is a little flap there that normally you would be able to fold down and connect the bazooka onto there. Yeah, you obviously can't use that with this version because this new large backpack. So let's just wrap up the review then by taking a look at the kit in a few different poses. Now, obviously with this just being a variant and only, a handful, it is a substantial amount of new parts, but basically it's just a new backpack. If you already have 1 or 2 or even 3 Master-Grade Zaku II, especially of the 2.0 variety already, is this one do you really want to get? Well, I would say if you already have 3, then there's probably a good chance that you wouldn't mind getting one more. But if you have one in your collection and maybe you're not super interested in getting another one, especially if it's only a new backpack, I could understand not being necessarily too interested in this one. That said, the new backpack is really nice and it looks really cool, and this is one kit that's definitely going to look really cool on your shelf, posed in like a pose like we see on the box art, where it's kind of like turned away, so you could have this in like up on a stand, which we don't have a stand included, but I would recommend getting one. You could pose it up on a stand, sort of looking like it's sort of flying away in your display case so that you can actually see the backpack really well. It is a cool looking backpack, and it's, anyway, if you've never built any version of the Zaku II 2.0, I would definitely recommend this, or kind of any version of it. It's a fantastic kit, even though the 2.0 now is over a decade, well over a decade old, just as a base master grade kit. And there's a number of different variants, but it's still a fantastic kit. Still holds up really well. I mean, I would love to see a 3.0 Zaku II kit, sure, but honestly, there's a lot of other kits that I would like to see before that. I mean, I would love to see a 2.0 Zaku 1 would be great. A 2.0 Goof Custom would be great. So there's a lot of the things on my list that I would rather see in a 2.0 before really caring too much about seeing a 3.0 Zaku 2. And on that note, actually, forget a 2.0, but I would just love a 1.0 of the origin version of the Zaku 2 in Master Grade form is something that myself, and I'm sure a lot of you guys would agree, we would love to see a Master Grade Zaku 2, the origin version, kind of like what we saw with the RX-7802 origin version Master Grade. With that being so good, having something like that for the origin version of the Zaku 2 would be awesome. But anyway, really cool kit here with this one. Glad to finally be able to build this up. It's just been sitting in my backlog for quite some time. It's one that I know, despite the fact that it's just a new backpack on there, it is a pretty popular kit and it doesn't get reprinted too often. And when it does tend to sell out. So I mean, if you guys do get the chance to get your hands on it, I would recommend it. But that's gonna do it for this review, guys. Let me know what you think about the Zaku Minelayer in the comment section down below. And if you guys want to check out some more Gunpla for yourself, of course, you can check out the link in the video description to USA Gundam Store. Got all sorts of great stuff there for you guys to check out. But before you guys go today, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like on the video, making sure that you're subscribed, I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Until next time, hope you all are having a great day. See you guys later. Bye, guys.